Hello and welcome. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you step by step how to create an e-commerce website using WordPress. So before we begin, I just want to show you the final website that we'll be working towards. So this here is the home page. So this image we have on the background, I actually created this image in Photoshop. So I am going to also show you how to create this image in Photoshop step by step. If we scroll down here, you can see we have all our products nicely and neatly laid out. So these are our latest products. And then here we have the recent products as well. And on the bottom here, I'm also going to show you how to create this section here, which will have our opt-in. Now, if we take a look at our inside pages, I'm going to come here to the shop, and on the side here, we can actually filter these products by price. So if I adjust this, so let's say between $480 and $1,000, if I click on filter, notice what happens. The products that are going to show here are going to be between that price range. So I'm also going to show you how to add that. And then here we have the recently viewed products. So again, I'm going to show you how to add this onto your sidebar. And here we have the account page. So this is what your customer would see if they log into their website, just to see, the orders. They can take a look at the downloads, change the addresses, and so on. And this will also be the cart. So this is a fully functioning website. So as you can see, you have the ability to add the coupon codes here, update the carts, buy more than one product. And once you set up PayPal or Stripe, you can actually proceed to checkout and make those payments. So this is an extensive tutorial, step by step, no step skipped. And if you have any questions, you can always ask me your questions in the comments box below. All right, so before we begin, there are some products that I'm recommending. And if you buy any of these products using my affiliate link, I have fantastic bonuses for you. I have the Divi Blueprint 3 course and the Photoshop for Web Designers course. So if you buy Divi or use any of the hosting companies that I'm recommending, all you need to do is to come to macuniversity.com. On the bottom right here where we have this little icon, just click on that and then send me a message with the receipt number. Or if you prefer to just take a screenshot, you can also come over here and send it as an attachment, and I'll be able to respond to you and give you access to the courses on macuniversity.com. So these are the bonuses that I'm giving you if you buy any of these products that I'm recommending using my affiliate link. All right, guys, so without wasting a lot of time, let's dive in and let's start building our e-commerce website. All right, so before we begin, let's go through all the things that you're going to need in order for you to have a fully functioning e-commerce website. So let's start with hosting. So the companies here I'm going to recommend are very good in terms of their support, their professionalism, and also their service. So the company I'm going to start with is GetFlywheel. Now, GetFlywheel is a managed hosting solution. So what that means is you don't have to worry about the security side of your website, because they take care of that. So let's say your website is being attacked, it's got malware and stuff like that. With these other hosting solutions, which I'm going to touch on in a little bit, this managed hosting solution is fantastic because they take care of all the major attacks or any sort of attacks that you might have on your website. So you will only need to focus on working and building your website, which is fantastic. And I use that option myself. And also the other feature that I really like is you also have daily backups. So if something is to go wrong, you can always go back into your dashboard and restore the website that last worked really well. All right, so let's move on to the other hosting companies. And this one here is SiteGround. Now, SiteGround again is really, really good, but with this, because it's shared hosting, you don't get the features that I was talking about initially. You have to make sure that your website is always up to date. You have to have your own security plugins in order for your website to run correctly. And also backups, you need to make your own backups in order for you to be able to restore them. And the same applies with InMotion Hosting. These two platforms that I'm talking about right now, InMotion Hosting and SiteGround, they're actually very, very, very good. And also the pricing is fantastic. In fact, here with InMotion Hosting, if you use my affiliate link, this comes with a discount. So you can see here, you have a 30% off discount on the WordPress hosting package. So all the links to this going to be in my show notes below. Now, before I continue, I'd also like to say that if you use any of my affiliate links throughout this tutorial, please let me know by going to macuniversity.com. There's a button on the bottom right. If you drop me your receipt number, I will give you my course bonuses. Now, these bonuses are the Divi Blueprint 3 course and the Photoshop for Web Designers course. Now, you will see in a moment why these two are very, very important when it comes to designing professional looking websites. All right, so moving on, the next thing we're going to need now is Divi. So this is my page builder of choice. I really love working in Divi. It's fantastic, very easy to use, full of features. In fact, there's a lot of features here that I will be covering. All right, so over here, what I'm going to do is to download my copy of Divi theme and then install it onto my website. Now, I've already gone ahead and installed my basic WordPress website. As you can see here, there's nothing going on. This is just a plain WordPress website. So what we're going to do now is to download the Divi theme and install it onto our website. And then we're also going to install the plugins that we need in order for us to make this website work. Oh, and I forgot one thing. The images that we're going to be using are from these two websites. The first one is pixabay.com and the other one is pexels.com. Now, these images on these two websites are royalty free, which means you can use them in your personal or commercial projects. So I really wanted this website to look really, really nice. So that is why I'm using these high-res images. So I've gone ahead and downloaded all the images that we're going to use in this course. So now let's go ahead and let's install all the plugins and the themes that we need for this course. So right now I am on elegantthemes.com. So you need to purchase Divi first before you can download or even have an account. So over here, I'm already logged in. I'm going to come over here to my downloads and then I'm just going to download the Divi theme. So I'm going to click here and as you can see, it's downloading onto my computer. Okay, fantastic. That's finished downloading. Now the next thing I'm going to need is my API keys. So I'm going to come over here on my account, click on a username and API key. And then I'm just going to scroll down here and copy my API key because I'm going to need this. All right. So over here now on my website, I'm going to go to my dashboard, click on appearance. And then I'm going to click on add new to add my theme. Click upload. So now I'm going to navigate to my folder where I downloaded the Divi theme. So I'm going to click here on choose file. And then this is going to be in my downloads folder and there it is. I'm going to double click on it, click install now, and then we're going to activate it. Now, the next thing we're going to do now is to add our API key. Now, it's important that we add our API key because it allows us to download all the latest features and also the pre-made layouts. So I'm going to come over here to Divi, click on theme options, and then I'm going to go to updates. So this is where you enter your API key and username. So I'm going to paste my API key and then I'm going to add my username. Click on save changes. Great. All right. So now that stage is done, the next stage is to just take a look at our website and just make sure that the theme has been installed correctly. So I'm just going to click here on visit site. And we can see here that Divi now has been installed. But of course, this looks very plain. But in a moment, this is all going to change because we're going to add all our styling to this. All right, so back over here, I'm going to click on dashboard. This time, I'm going to install the plugins that we're going to need in order for us to build our e-commerce website. So I'm going to come over here to plugins, click on add new, and then I'm going to search for WooCommerce. Okay, so here it is. I'm going to click install now. And by the way, this is absolutely free. So you want to go ahead and just install it. And as you can see here, it's a very popular plugin. It's been installed more than 4 million times. So, and also the providers of WordPress are behind this. So it's well maintained and it's a solid solution. All right, so I'm going to activate my plugin. Right, so now we need to go through this process to set up our shop. So here I'm going to start with adding my address. So I'm just going to add my address here. And then depending on which country you're in, you need to add your currency. So I'm in the UK, so I'm just going to leave it at pound sterling. And then here, this is where you decide to choose which option you want to go for. So I'm just going to leave this with both physical and digital products and then click on Let's Go. So now this is going to take me to my next step, and this is setting up my payment options. So here we can set up Stripe and also PayPal. So here I'm just going to leave this email as it is. But of course, this is not my real PayPal email. So what I also need to mention here is you do need to make sure that you set up a PayPal account and also a Stripe account, because this is how you're going to be taking payments on your website. So it's pointless for you to build this website without the payment gateways, because these allow you to get paid when people come to your website. All right, I'm going to click here on continue. And before I go there, this is also where you can actually collect payments from customers offline. So this is via check or, cash. All right, so I'm going to move on and click on continue. This is where we can set up our shipping rates. So for this example here, I'm just going to leave this as it is. But if you want to go in and really set up your shipping charges, this is where you do it. You can also set free shipping over here if you wanted to. All right, so moving on, I'm going to click here on continue. Right, let me just add free shipping here. Okay, click continue. Right, now here it says it's recommended. So this also calculates automated taxes and MailChimp and Facebook. So I'm just going to disable this because I don't really need these two integrations. In fact, I don't even need automated taxes as well. Next, I'm going to click on continue. And now it's time to activate our shop. Now here, it's asking us to install Jetpack. It is okay, but to be honest, I haven't really used Jetpack in a very long time. So I'm just going to skip this step and go to ready. So now it looks like everything is all set up and this is looking good. Right, so what we can do now is to start setting up all our menus, in fact, all the pages that we need for our website, because these have been automatically created. And then after that, we're going to start creating and adding all our products. All right, so now that we're done with this, I'm just going to come over here on the top and go to my dashboard. Right, so here we're going to go to appearance and then we're going to click on menus. So this is where we want to create our menu. So you can see here, these pages here have been created automatically by WooCommerce. So let's start by creating our menu. So our menu here, you can name it whatever you want. In my case, I'm going to call it main menu. Click on create menu. And now I can select all the pages that I would like to add onto my menu, because at the moment there aren't any pages that we really need. So I'm going to click here on add to menu. So as you can see now, they've been added. I'm just going to come over here to view all and just make sure that I have all the pages that I need. And I can see here, I missed the home page. So I'm going to add it right there. So now we have home, my account, checkout, cart, and shop. So I'm just going to rearrange these and have them in the order that I want. So my account here. Okay, so I'm going to click here on save menu. And then finally, we want to come over here to manage locations. And we want to assign our primary menu here to our main menu. Now, as soon as you do that, if you go to our website now, you'll notice that our website is now set up correctly. So let's take a look at that. So if I click here on visit site, now we can see we have home, shop, account, cart, and checkout. So all that has been added to our main menu. All right, so that's looking great. Now, the next stage is very exciting because this is where we're going to get to design our main hero image for our main shop. And this is very, very important because first impressions really, really matter. And we want to give the impression that our website is professional and it really, really looks nice. All right, so to do that, we're going to move over to Photoshop. All right, so I'm going to open up Photoshop here and show you how I managed to create this. Okay, so as I mentioned, these images here are from those websites that I mentioned earlier on. It's pexels.com and the other one is pixabay.com. So let me show you how I managed to create this design. Okay, so I'm going to start off by adding a brand new layer, and I'm just going to add white to the background. Now I'm going to drag my images onto this layer. So I'm going to come over here and go to my downloads because all my images are in this folder, as you can see here. Right, so all I need to do now is to find the image. Okay, so my first image here is of this lady. I'm going to drag it onto the canvas, just like that. Now I need to drag the second one. So back over here. So this is the image that we need. So again, I'm going to drag it over here, just like that. And now I'm just going to make sure I resize it. It's nice and big. Then just drag it over here like that. All right, so that's looking great. I'm just going to press enter. Now the next stage is to add a layer mask. So I'm going to click here on this button here to add a layer mask. And then I am going to select my brush tool. So here my brush tool is selected. So now all I have to do is to make sure black is my foreground color here on the colors by clicking on X. So now I can start painting like that. And as you can see, the more I'm painting on this layer mask, the more I'm revealing what is in the background. Okay, just like that. So I'm pretty much happy with that. So I'm going to come over here to the top and choose this move tool. Right, so now that we have these two images, you can see here the colors don't really work well because here the color tone is totally different. This one here is a bit cold. This one here is a bit warm. So to resolve this, the first thing you want to do is to merge these layers. So I'm going to merge all my layers. And now I have this single layer on the top, which we can make all our adjustments to. The next stage is to make this image here black and white. So to do that, you want to hit Shift Command U. So if you're on a PC, it's Shift Control U. So that makes your image black and white like this. And then what you want to do now is to add a hue on top of that. So I'm going to come over here, click on hue saturation. And this is where now we can get to play around with our colors here to give this a tint. So I'm just going to drag this. In fact, I need to make sure I select colorize. Okay. So now when I drag this, I can choose the colors that I would like. And this blends in onto both images now. Okay. Like that. So let me go with, I'm going to go with that. And for the saturation here, I could play around with this as well and see what sort of saturation level I need. So I'm just going to bring this down a little bit. So this is where you can just get to play with these sliders until you're happy with the design that you've got. So here we can actually have two designs. So first of all, you can make a darker version. So the darker version here would make it easier for you to add text or white text onto this image. But you could also do the opposite and add a really light or make it really light. And then you can add some dark text on this. Okay, just like that. So I think I am going to save both versions, the dark version and the light version. So to save, I'm just going to hit Shift Alt Command S if you're on a Mac, and this will bring us this dialog box here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and save this. So I'm going to click here on save and make sure here on the top it's set to JPEG. So I'm going to click on save. So I'm just going to call this OPT1 for option 1. Click on save. And then back over here, I'm just going to bring up all my controls and I'm going to make the darker version. And then as we did before, we're just going to save this one more time. I'm going to call this OPT2, for option 2, and then save that. So our images now for our hero area are now created. So we're pretty much ready to go in and start working on our website. Right, so over here now, I'm going to go into my dashboard. Now let's start adding products onto our website. So I'm going to come over here to products and then click on add new. Right, so here we can give our product a name. So I'm just going to use this lorem text here for these products and product name and product descriptions. So, and then over here, we're going to add a price. So 999. So let's say you want to add a sale price. You can just add it over here just by adding the sale price, and you will see what it's going to look like once it's added. Over here, we can also add categories. So let's say, let's add men's. Okay, create a new category. Let's say women. Okay, so I've just added 2 categories here, but of course you can add as many categories that you need by just coming over here and clicking on add new category. All right, so the next thing we're going to do now is to scroll down here where we have product image. So I'm going to click here on set product image, select files, and I'm just going to show you quickly how you can just add all the images that you need onto your website instead of just adding them one by one. So what we're going to do now is to select all the images in our folder of our watches and our hero images, and then just click on open. So this is going to install all the images that we need throughout this course, and then we are going to it's going to make it easier for us to start adding them. Okay, great. So my first image here is going to be my first product. So I'm going to click on set product image. Now over here, I can just add a quick description of our product. So I'm going to come over here and just choose a paragraph from Lorem 2. But in your case, you need to type the product description. And here I'm going to add a shorter description. So pretty much this is how you add your product. Now I'm going to click on publish and let's view our product. So I'm going to click here on view product. And this is how the product looks. So remember, we set up a sale price, and this is the sale price. You can see here, and it also shows you here the initial price, which was $999, and the new price is now $799. And we can add this to the cart, and the category here is also set. So you can see here it's men's. And then over here, this is our description. And if we have any reviews, this is where the reviews would come, and your buyers will be able to come and read the reviews over here. So pretty much it's quite straightforward to set it all up. Now let's go ahead and add a few more products and then work on our homepage. So back over here to dashboard, come over here to products, click on add new. So I'm going to add my description. Our regular price for this one here is going to be, let's say $299. Add a short description. And then over here, we're going to set up our product. And this time I'm going to go with, let's go with this one here. Now on the top here, you can also choose your product category. So I'm just going to choose men's. And our tags here, you can start creating tags. Now, these tags are quite important because when you create your shop, you will have related products based on these tags. So let's call this tag men's. Click on add, and then we're going to publish it. Then we're going to move on, add a new product. Now, I'm not sure if I added a product on the previous product that we added. So what I'm going to do is to click here on all products, and as you can see here, it's no title. So at any point, if you want to go back and make some adjustments to your products, all you have to do is to click on all products, and then you'll see the whole list here of all your products. So I'm going to go back here, click on edit, and then I'm just going to give that a title. So I'm just going to come over here and just choose that word as my title. And then I'm going to click on update. Now, here's another thing that I also want to talk about. Over here, you can actually have this without a sidebar. So if I click here on no sidebar, click update, and then view product, you can see here that all this space just shows this watch and the description without the sidebar. And to be honest, I think this is much better. Now, notice that we also have the related products here. Again, this is, I think, fantastic because here is when someone comes onto your shop, they will be able to see products that are related with the one that we've just chosen here. And also, if you click here on the zoom, you can actually see the full image of that product. All right, so this is looking great. So I'm going to go ahead, continue adding products, and then we're going to go into the design of our main homepage. So back over here, I'm going to click on product. Let's give this a new name. Now, this is where you want to add your real product names. But for the sake of this tutorial, I'm just adding just the basic information here. So the price here is going to be $7.99. Okay, this is going to be men's as well. Add a short description. Right. Okay. So we have a short description here. Okay. So I'm going to choose the category as well, which is the men's. Add our image. And this time I am going to go with, okay, let's go with this one here. Set product image, click on publish. Right. So I'm just going to view this product, make sure everything looks okay. And there we go. That looks beautiful. And as you can see here, we have our related products, which is fantastic. Now, what you can also do with related products is you can also set your tag as a sale tag. So the related products will only be related products that are on sale. So that also makes it easier for your visitors to find your products that are on sale. Okay, so now that we've added these, I'm going to go ahead now and just add all the products that I need, and then we're going to go to the next step, and I can show you how to create the landing page, because the process of adding products is pretty much the same. All right, so I've added 10 products onto our shop. In fact, let me show you where they are. So if I come over here to all products, you can see here that these are all the watches that I've added onto our shop. Now, yes, we are adding watches, but this website can be, we can add any type of products to this. So it could be watches, it could be shoes, it could be a drop shipping website. So the products here can be replaced with whatever type of website you need to create. And the other thing as well that I also want to talk about is, if you may have noticed, I've just been copying and pasting stuff in our normal editor, and I haven't used the Divi theme. So what I'm going to do here is to demonstrate how you can actually use the Divi theme to add your products and the advantages of doing that if you want to take your shop's design to the next level. All right, so over here, if I click on add new, so let's say test product here. In this case, I'm just going to click on no sidebar because I need a full width page, and I'm just going to choose men's as the category. I'm going to paste some text in here. I'm just going to add a price, $345, add my description here, and my product image. So my product image here, I'm just going to go with this one here since this is just a test product. Now, let me show you what this looks like when we go to the Divi Builder. So if I click here on use Divi Builder, in fact, before I do that, I need to publish this. Okay, so now I'm going to click on use Divi Builder, and then you can see how this actually works. Okay, so now we have the Divi Builder here. I'm going to click on build on front end. And now I can go in and customize my layout. So as you can see in these areas here, now we have the Divi Builder. So let's say I want to add a video which better showcases this product. I can just click on this plus button, add a video module, click on video. And you can see here my video has been added. I can go in and add, in fact, let's snap this to the left. Now I'm going to go in and add our overlay image. Scroll down here, click on overlay, click this plus button to add our image. And this is the image that we use, I think. So I'm going to go with that, upload an image. Okay, so now this is our overlay image. I can change the color of this icon if I need to. So let's come over here to design, click on play icon, and then I can change the color of that to pretty much any color that I want. But I'm just going to leave this on white. I can also choose use custom icon size. I can make this icon size a bit smaller. So let's leave it at about 64 because it was a bit too big. And over here on the overlay, I can actually play around with the colors as well and change it. So let's say I click here. You can see here now my overlay has changed because I've changed my color here. I'm just going to keep things simple by just adding a gray or a transparent color. So now that's looking good. So this could be a video that I can add in with the description of this watch. And that also works really well because this could actually convert even better, because here on the description, all we have is the text, but this is going to be even emphasized more with video. So the video actually is really, really cool. Now, the other thing that we can also add here are testimonials. So I'm going to click here, and let's say we want to add 3 testimonials. I'm going to come over here and look for my testimonial module. And then we can add our text here for the testimonial. In fact, we don't want to add too much. I'm just going to add just a little bit there. Okay, where it says name goes here, we're going to say this is Sally. There we go. I'm going to leave the job title and company as it is. Here on the image, if you click on this button here, we can actually add the image. Click upload. So now you can see our image has been added, which is fantastic. Now these quote marks here, I want to get rid of that. So I'm just going to click on no to that. So now our quote marks have been removed. So this is a great way of actually adding testimonials onto your site or onto the product description. So as you can see here, that looks really, really nice. You can actually go in and change the color of the background as well to match your layout. So what I'm going to do now is duplicate these, twice, and then just drag them into position just like that. Now, all you have to do is to go in and click here on this gear icon, come over here to the image, click on this button here, and now we're going to choose a different image. As you can see here, very easy to add. And the name, okay, so let's change this name to, say, Susan. Save that, and then we can also change the details of this one. But that is how quickly and easily you can use the Divi Builder to create even awesome looking description options on your product. Okay, so that's looking great now. So you can see here, beautiful product. And as we go through this, we can see now that we have this description. And then we have our related products on the bottom here. All right, so the next stage now is to really work on our homepage, because this is the page where people are going to land on before they start seeing our products. So let's go ahead and work on that. Okay, so I want to come back over here to the dashboard. I'm going to click on Save and Exit, click on All Pages, and then I'm going to add a brand new page. In fact, let me delete this sample page because we don't need the sample page. So I'm going to click on Add New, close that. We're going to give this page a name and we're going to call this Home. And then straight away, we're going to use the Divi Builder, and then we're going to build from scratch. Right, so this is where the fun begins. So we're going to start here by adding a single column. And in here, we're going to add some text. So I'm going to select my text module. Come over here to Lorem 2 and just copy a bunch of text here, which is going to act as my description for this area here. So I'm going to select this, paste it like that, come over here to design, and we're just going to make sure that this is centered. Okay, just like that. Right, so the next stage now is to change my text font. So here I'm going to search for a font called Poppins. I'm going to select that. Make it slightly bigger. So I think I'll go with 18 since this is the description text. Right, so for now, I'm just going to leave that as it is. Click on Save. Next, I'm going to add a button to this. In fact, I can just search for button here. And on this button here, I'm just going to say Visit Shop. And then we're going to link this to the shop. So we might as well do it now. So I'm just going to open the shop here in a new tab, just like that. So this is going to be our main shop. So I'm going to copy this link here, come back, click on this link and add my button URL, just like that. So when people come to our website, if they click Visit Shop, they are going to go straight to this page, which is going to showcase all the items on sale and pretty much all our watches. Okay, so they're great. So back over here, let's stylize our button. So what we're going to do here is just to center it. And then it's time now to add our background image. So I'm going to click here on my gear icon to enter my section settings. Click on background. And then we're going to come to this tab here. Click on this plus button. And now we're going to add our image. So the image we're going to go with here is this one. So I'm going to click upload an image. And now we can see our image has been added to the background. The only issue here is this image here is not showing and it's we don't see most of this image. So we need to make some adjustments here by coming over here to design sizing. So here we want to set a minimum height. So let's see what looks best. So I think here I'd say 550. Okay, let's leave it at 556. I think that looks fine. So that's going to be our minimum height. Save that. And then over here, we're going to add some margins to the top of this. So I'm just going to place my mouse here on the top. And this is the beauty of using Divi. I can do all this on the front end. So as you can see, I'm dragging this in row just by dragging here on the top. Now I can start working on this text and customizing my button now that we have this image in the background. All right, so let's do that. So I'm going to click here on my module settings. So first of all, I want to change my color to white. So I'm going to click here on design, text, change that to white. And then I think I might as well increase the size a little bit here. Okay, so to 26. I'm going to scroll down and adjust the line height. Okay, so I think 1.8 works great. And now I'm going to the sizing because I need to make the adjustments to the width of this module. So I'm going to drag this until I get to about, let's say 74%. We're going to center it. So I'm pretty much happy with that. I want to save. Now I'm going to work on the button. So I'm going to click here on this gear icon. Click on design, button, activate custom styles for buttons. So this now allows us to go in and change the color of the button, the designs, the animations, and all that good stuff. So I'm going to start here with adding a background color to our button. So I'm going to click on this plus button and I'm going to go with this orange here. For the border width, again, I'm going to choose the same color, just like that. Now for the button text color, let's try white and see what that looks like. So I think white looks okay, and I also like the animation. But what we're going to do is to change the font that we're using here to match what we have here on the top. So I'm going to come over here to my button font and choose Poppins. Great. Let's make it all caps. Right, that's even better. And we might as well make it bold or semi-bold. So here you can play around with different options and see what really works for you. So I really like that, but I also like to add some letter spacing to this. So I think 4. I mean, let's go with 3. I think 3 looks fine. And bold is a bit too much, so let's go with medium. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so that's looking great now. So as we can see, this image here is still a bit too bright. So let's go ahead and work on this as well. So we're going to make it slightly dimmer. So I'm going to click here on my section settings, click on background. And what we're going to do is to add a solid color. So I'm going to click here on this plus button and add black. Next, we're going to come back to the color tab, scroll all the way down here. And where it says background image blend, we're going to change this to multiply. Now you can see everything has gone black, but no need to worry because we are going to add some transparency to that. So I'm going to come back over here on the background tab, click anywhere around here, and then now we can drag this slider down to reveal what's in the background. Really, really cool. So you can see here, you can adjust how much you want. So I think I'm going to go with, I think this works best. Okay, cool. I'm going to go ahead now and save. So already our homepage is really, really looking nice. So the next thing we're going to do now is to click on this plus button to add a new section. So I'm going to click here on regular. It's going to be a single column. So now that we've added all our products, what you'll notice here is if you scroll down, our WooCommerce products here are going to be shown as modules. So here we have shop. So we have recent products. So as you can see, now they are populated onto our front page already. And this is fantastic. So what we can do is instead of adding recent products, we can actually make them featured products if we've made them featured products. Or if you want to set this as sale products, we can just set it like that. So now this only has sale products. I really like this. So let's go ahead and save this and then give this a title. Right, so let's add a new section, a new row for this. So I'm going to click here on this plus button, single column, and this is going to be our text. Click on text, and now I'm just going to say latest offers. Okay, now let's stylize this. So this is the text right here on the bottom. So let's come over here to design text. So we're going to make it all caps. And we're going to make it slightly bigger here because it's a bit too small. So I'm just going to drag until I get to about, say, 18. And then we're going to add some letter spacing. I really like that. And let's make it black as well. So that's looking really nice. I'm going to save that. And then I'm also going to add another module here. And this time the module is just going to be a divider. Okay, so to add, I'm just going to add insert. In fact, I can just search for divider here. Select it. All right, so now that we have our divider line, what we're going to do is to change the color of this line. So we're going to come over here to design line. I'm going to change this color. So, I mean, in fact, black is a bit too much. So let's add some transparency to that. Okay, so I'm going to go with that and then save. Next, I'm going to drag this row above these products like that, because we want this to be the description of what is below here. And also we have a lot of space here between this line and the product. So all you have to do is to put your mouse just above this border here and then just drag it up just like that. Okay, so that's your negative margin. In fact, that's a bit too much. Okay, so that's much better then. All right. So now that we have latest offers, if you want to add another title here, all you have to do is to duplicate this row. All right, so all we have to do is to make sure this is highlighted, and then we can duplicate this and drag this below these products. So instead of saying latest offers here, we could say recent products. So we're going to click here on this gear icon to go into our text module. And we're going to say recent products. So we've got our latest offers here, and then we've got our recent products here on the bottom. We're going to save that. Again, we're going to duplicate this module, drag it into position like that. And now all we have to do is to go in here in our module settings, and then we want to change this from sale products to recent products. And the really cool thing about this is we can also set them up here. Let's say we want to have, let's say, 8 products to show. We can just add 8 here, and those are the products that will be shown. So as you can see here, we have 2 rows. So that's how it works. So now we have latest offers, recent products, and that's really looking cool. And this is our landing page. Now let's also add one more thing here. Okay, so already you can see this is looking really, really nice. Right, so the next thing we're going to add is, let's say, an email opt-in. So let's click here on this plus button. Again, this is going to be a regular column. Add an image to the background of this section. So I'm going to click here on section settings, click on background, click on the image tab. So the image we're going to add is this one right here. Upload an image. And then we're going to save that. So as you can see now, this looks really, really nice. We can also add a bit of padding to this just by dragging this and making sure that it's added both to the top and the bottom. So here we want to add, let's say, an email opt-in. So I'm going to search for email opt-in. And then for our title here, we can say sign up for 10% discount. And the button here, we can just call this sign up. Okay, we don't really need the description here, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete that. And then on the design tab, we're going to click on layout, and then we're going to choose body on top, form on bottom, just like that. We need to come back over here to content, click on fields. So here is where we can show, where it says show first name field. We can say no to that. And we also don't need the last name, so I'm going to say no to that. So all we have now is just the email part and the sign up for 10% discount. So we can also go in and really customize this to make it look the way we want. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to come over here to success action. So we can either choose to display a message or we can redirect to a custom URL. So I'm just going to keep things different here and just leave it as it is. So let's scroll down here and choose sizing. Right, so as you can see, this is way too wide. So let's readjust this. So I'm just going to drag this until I get to about, let's say 60%. We're going to center it. In fact, let's align this to the right so that we can see this watch here, because that's the whole point. We want to be able to see this watch and also show this message, which allows them to get a 10% discount when they sign in. Okay, so we can adjust the heights here, but to be honest, I don't need to do any of that. Now I'm going to go back to content, click on background, and this color that we have here, I'm not really happy with this. So I'm just going to drag my sliders all the way down to full transparency. So now you can see my color here has disappeared, which is exactly what I want. Now I'm going to work on this text which says sign up for 10% discount. I'm going to click on this brush tool. I can actually center this, and let's come over here and change the font to Poppins. All right, so let's work on the button here. So to customize our button, we need to make sure that use custom styles for button is activated. So I'm going to click here on yes. And then we're going to start by changing the color of our button. So I'm going to add my background color. I'm going to make sure that it's orange. And here for the border width, we're going to use the same color. Now it's time to work on the text. So here we want to make sure everything is pretty much in place. So I'm going to click here on Poppins for our font. And then I'm going to make it all caps. Maybe reduce the size a little bit because that looks like it's a bit too big. So I'm going to reduce this to about, let's say 18, and then make it bold. I think I prefer bold on this one. So I'm going to scroll down here, change this from regular to bold. Yeah, I think that looks nice. In fact, you know what? Let's have this at semi-bold. Have it in the middle, okay? Right, so that's looking great. Now I am going to center this text here. So I'm going to click on this brush tool, text alignment, center. So I think this looks much better. So this is our sign up for 10% discount on all watches. And this is how we can actually build our mailing list. All right. So the next thing you want to do now is to make sure that this is connected with your email autoresponder. So this is where you'll need to come over here to email account. Click on this drop down and choose your email autoresponder service. So I use ConvertKit, so I'll choose ConvertKit here. And then you want to add your API key. And then once you click on add, this will be now connected and this should be working okay. All right, so I think this is now done. So I'm going to save this. And that's looking really nice. Now, as we can see on the footer here, this is designed by Elegant Themes powered by WordPress, but ideally we want to make sure that this is our own design and also maybe make these icons a bit smaller. And then on the top here, we would also like to change the font and change this background color. So let's go ahead and customize those things. All right, so I am going to come over here. In fact, let me save this page. So we're going to come back over here to our dashboard. This time we're going to come to appearance and then click on customize. So first of all, we're going to come to header and navigation, primary menu bar. And this is where we can change the color. So I'm going to click here on background, make this black. And then for our text color, set this to white. We're going to make this all caps. And what we're also going to do here is to change our font, and we are going to search for this manually. So it is called Poppins. So I'm going to keep going until I get to Poppins. And here we go. Great. So now our fonts are pretty much similar throughout our website. Now the color of this link here, I mean, you can leave it as it is, or you can change the color if you want to match your branding. So I'm pretty much happy with that. I'm going to publish that, and then we're going to go back and take a look at changing that footer. So to do that, you want to come over here to footer, bottom bar, footer credits. So once I start typing here, this is going to change the text that's here. So I'm just going to call this Mac Shop. So as I'm typing, you can see that it's being updated. And I'm just going to add the year here. And this is 2019. And if you want to add some links, you can also add them over here. Now, the icons here as well, you can change the icon size because I think they're a bit too big. So I'm just going to bring them down to about, let's say 12. And the font size, maybe make it about 12 as well. Make it bold so it can really stand out. So pretty much our footer now has been changed. And on the top here, things are also looking great. Now I am going to publish this. So as you can see, our website is not showing the home page that we've just recently designed. So what I'm going to do now is to show you how we can customize that home page and make it be the page that people see when they land on our website. So I'm going to close this. And then I'm going to come over here to settings, reading. So what I want to do here is to click on static page and choose home. Save changes. And now let's take a look at our page. Boom. So this is looking great. So as you can see, this is the page. This is the hero area that we designed in Photoshop. It's looking great. If we scroll down here, these are the latest offers for our products. This is our recent products. And I know our form is not showing here, and that's because it's not connected. But once we connect it, the form will show. Okay. Now let's take a look at these inside pages, which can also be customized, by the way. So if I come over here to shop, this is going to show all the products in our shop. And this sidebar can also be customized if you need to by going into the widgets. Now on my account, if you have any orders, this is where they'll show up: downloads, addresses, account details, and so on. So this is your account page. The cart will show if you have any products in your shop, and then the checkout is where you would pay for the products that you've added onto your cart. So let's do a quick demo here. So I am going to add to cart. Okay. So you can see here we have this single item. So if you want to buy more, you can actually increase it by clicking these little arrows here. So this one here has been added to cart, and we can see it because we've been shown this message here on the top. So now I can click on view cart, and we can see here we have 2 items that have been added, and it's the price of $1,998. And let's say we want to change this to 1 product, update cart, and you can see now it's been updated. You can also set up things like coupon codes by going into your settings area and setting your coupon codes. But of course, we haven't done that here. If you click on proceed to checkout, this is where now you can start entering the details so that this watch that we've just bought can be delivered to, wherever it is that you want it delivered to. And as I mentioned before, we also have PayPal and Stripe for your payments. But if you want to use Stripe, make sure that you have SSL enabled. This comes from your hosting companies, and the hosting companies that I've recommended for you, all 3 of them provide SSL certificates for free. So that's really, really important. What SSL pretty much is when people buy products on your website, all the data, the credit card details that they're entering will all be encrypted. So that is why it's a must that you have SSL on your website. So over here on the right sidebar, we can see that things are not looking great. So let's go ahead and fix that. So I'm going to come back over here to my dashboard. So we're going to come to appearance, click on widgets. So this is what's showing right now on our widget area. So I can actually come in and delete the stuff that I don't need. So all these categories. So in fact, let's delete everything and then start adding things that we think are important. Okay, delete that. So I think search is important, but you know what? Why don't we have filter products by price? So I'm going to add this over here. Okay. Let's see, what else could we need? Filter products by rating. I think that's a good one as well. And product search. Let's add product search here. And then this general search here can be deleted. Great. So now we have product search here on the top. We have filter products by price, and we also have filter products by rating. I think that makes more sense for our shop. So these all are saved. Now let's take a look at our website. So now when we go to, let's say, shop, now we have a filter by price. And if I use this slider here and click on filter, you can see now these items that are shown are between the price of $430 and $1,000. So I think that's a really cool feature. And here, if you want to search, let's say, so this will bring out the search results. And you know what? We can actually add more items here. So this filter by price, I think it's really, really cool. Now the other one, filter by rating, is not showing because there's nothing rated yet. But when products are being rated now, this will be added on there. Now let's see what else we can add. So we have recent viewed products. We also have recent product reviews. So let me add this just to populate it. And let's add, let's say, 4 products. We don't need quite a lot here. Okay, so let's refresh our page. So if we view a few products here, let's go back, let's view this one here. Now you can see these are the recently viewed products, and they are right here. So this is how you can pretty much customize your sidebar here to have relevant information to your shop. So pretty much this is how you create an e-commerce website. If you like this tutorial, please give me a thumbs up, and also don't forget to hit the bell notification and the subscribe button. And also, if you have any questions regarding this tutorial, you can go ahead and leave your questions in the comments box below, and I'll do my best to respond to your questions. Until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.